I think the main thing with dua is that we have made it kind of a tit for tat. We have made Allah and our relationship with Allah tit for tat. It's easy to see in kind of the negative way, like, oh, I forgot to pray Fajr and that's why, my car got a flat tire. Or I was rude to my mom and then that's why I'm not getting the job prospect that I want, right? As soon as something goes wrong in our life, we immediately recount like, this bad thing that I did and that's probably Allah's punishing me. And then sometimes we do it, positively, but less so that, oh, I got this great thing. Oh, it's because, I made a great donation. So we've made Allah out to be tit for tat, that because we have all these rules in the checklist, if I do all these things, then I'm supposed to get good. And so when we don't see the good stuff or our prayers answered or however you want to characterize it, then we are thinking there's some deficiency in what I've done or who I am, or I'm not one of the lucky ones. We made our faith transactional when it's absolutely not transactional. So the place to correct it is really in our mindset and in our conception of who and what Allah is, our limited conception of that. Obviously, we can't know the truth of that, and who we are. And the place I like to start with is Hadith Qudsi, where Allah says that I am what my servant thinks of me, right? I am as my servant thinks of me. And in the Quran, Allah describes himself in so many different ways, right? And in many places, he describes himself as merciful, as, benevolent, as compassionate, as generous, as giving, as, all of those things. And in other ways, he describes the wrath and, the anger and the punishment of Allah. So Allah has conceptualized himself or described himself in these two contrasting ways. And then he says, I am as my servant thinks of me. So if we think of Allah as a negative, harsh, vengeful God, that conceptualization puts you in a fearful place, puts you in a place of worry, of scarcity, of lack, and you feel like, oh, I have so little, I'm trying to get some more, and I hope that, I can have it. But if you conceptualize Allah as more on the mercy side and the love and the compassion side, then you feel more relaxed. Allah says, ask me for forgiveness and I'll forgive you, even if it's, as much as the foam on the ocean. And that if you didn't sin, I would replace you with the people who do sin. Like, you're not supposed to be perfect. So if you have that notion of Allah as merciful and loving, when you make a mistake or when things are going wrong, or when you're just living, you're just like, okay, Allah's on my side. Like, it's okay. Like, he's got my back. And so free will, the most important free will decision you can make is, how do I view Allah? Do I view him as harsh and punishing, or do I view him as loving and merciful? And once you make that free will choice, your life flows differently from that.